News Talk 1270 KIML. Don Carpenter Show. Forgot to start recording the show at the beginning.
Oh.
Just in case we do something that ends up being radio gold, I want to have it for posterity.
Well, if I'm on the show, fat chance of that.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Never know. Maybe one day.
Well, yeah. Well, there's also the whole thing of having evidence in case you say something terribly bad.
That's true.
I need to cover myself.
Yeah. In fact, I've gotten rid of a couple of your shows. You just didn't realize it.
Well, one of these, with the equipment around here, I wouldn't be surprised if I lost everything I ever did because I don't back anything up. And just a warning, and it hasn't popped up in this studio yet today, but we've had some computer problems with some of the commercials and stuff not playing and news reports being the wrong times and all kinds of stuff. So everything, knock on wood, and this is, I think, the only thing in the studio that's real wood is the frame for the control board. Oh, no, that old radio is probably real wood, too.
I'll knock on it after the segment.
I wouldn't touch that old radio. It might fall apart. I actually looked that up one time. It's like a 1939 Philco radio.
Wow.
I think it would work. I don't dare plug it in. I mean, it might need new tubes, but if all it needs is tubes, I think it works. I mean, it has a plug and everything.
Well, what's interesting about that radio, same radio that the family on Lassie used to sit around and listen to on occasion.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
Could be.
There are a million different variations of that radio. I had no idea there were so many. Back in the day, radios were like cars, where every year there would be a different model. I had no idea. I know when I was growing up, my mom had her parents' radio. It was one of those big floor models, and it didn't even run off power. It had you had to hook up a 12-volt car battery to it.
Wow.
And it had shortwave bands and everything. It was like 200 pounds. It was the size of one of those little small chest freezer type things. It was a pretty cool thing. I wish they'd kept it. I wouldn't mind having it just as a collector's item.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty cool. It was made out of some really nice wood. It was a pretty cool thing. I mean, the days of radio have changed, considering half the people listening these days are listening online.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's certainly there's certainly nothing collectible about your everyday iPhone or Android phone. They're just kind of disposable things anymore. Kind of sad if you think about it.
Yeah, and also what's changing is when you're listening to a show, a lot of times some people aren't listening to some of the shows live. A lot of the national shows, they're listening to them later on in the day or something.
Well, and my stuff, I mean, mine doesn't replay or anything, but I post interviews. Anytime I have an interview, I post it online, and I get weird people from all over the world. I mean, anytime I talk about soccer and I post something about soccer, making fun of soccer, all the European soccer fans come out with death threats and saying they're going to shoot me and murder me and all this stuff because I don't like soccer. They take it way too seriously. And then for some reason, they always make fun of football. Oh, no, that's not football. That's hand egg.
Hand egg?
Yeah, that's apparently what Europeans, that's the derogatory term for our football.
Oh.
Because, you throw it with your hands and it kind of looks like an egg.
Yeah, I see where it's coming from, but it's just not funny.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. It's not funny. Speaking of hand egg, okay, Tom Brady, who might just have hand egg for brains, the commissioner's office upheld their 4-game suspension of Tom Brady. I kind of get the feeling, reading some of this report, that they're wishing that they'd been able to give him more because his behavior, even during the appeal process, got worse. I mean, before he even interviewed with the NFL for this, he destroyed his phone, the phone in question where all these text messages were coming from. Now, this is one of my friends that's a Patriots fan. Well, they could have subpoenaed the phone records. He didn't need to keep his phone. They're not a court of law. The NFL is not a court of law. They can't just issue subpoenas. Now, if this does go to court, and the players' union has promised to take this to court, on what grounds, I have no idea. I guess maybe they're saying it's a violation of the contract and saying there was no due process, which is funny because I've never seen a suspension in any sport get this much due process.
Right, it's a good point.
I mean, really serious issues haven't gotten this much due process. So
the investigation has been rigorous.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a stone unturned.
Yeah.
And I think he's lucky it's still only 4 games.
Yeah, if I were Roger Goodell in this situation, I would have come back and, look, you destroyed the phone during the investigation. Not only did you not cooperate, but now you actually physically destroyed a phone. You admit destroying. Brady admitted destroying the phone during the appeal hearing about a month ago.
Yeah, he claims he destroys all of his phones after he gets a new one.
Yeah. Why?
That doesn't make sense.
There's one kind of people that destroy phones. Drug dealers. And I don't think Tom Brady's a drug dealer, but he's obviously up to no good. What else is on that phone? That's what I want to know. I have a sneaking suspicion that there is something else on this phone. And the NFL offered to let Brady's lawyer go through it and delete anything that's not related to this particular investigation. So they weren't going to be getting nude selfies from his wife.
Right.
They weren't going to be getting private conversations with his family or his agent or other players. They only wanted anything related to this conversation. So it's not like they were looking to dig up dirt on Tom Brady other than trying to find out what happened in this one particular game with these balls. What's happened is they've turned something that was a minor breaking of the rules into a major cover-up. I mean, it's almost like Watergate if Watergate had been over parking tickets.
Right, yeah. Definitely he kind of messed with the investigation, but like you said earlier, it's not a court of law, it's just NFL football investigating you. So what's the point? He can do it.
You can take your 4 games like a man and move on.
Right. And so from that standpoint, maybe it was a good idea just to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then, because, there's no reason why he shouldn't have the 4-game suspension. For the appeal, there's no reason why they shouldn't dwindle it down. I think my biggest question about the investigation is how come he's the only one getting punished?
Well,
I think maybe that might be the biggest reason he destroyed the cell phone.
Because
I think it implicates other people.
And that could be.
Maybe Bill Belichick. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Well,
I don't really think Bill was involved this time, but, you never know.
Yeah, you could very well be onto something there. And I was thinking maybe there's other evidence of other cheating schemes because
could be too.
Let's be honest.
They've been caught before.
The Patriots as a franchise cheat. It's not just Tom Brady. It's not just Tom Brady. It's not just Bill Belichick. It's the entire franchise. There is a culture of cheating in New England. And that's just the way it is. I mean, it's happened with other teams too. The Broncos back in the 90s when they won those Super Bowls. I mean, they got
Vaseline on their jerseys.
Well, I was thinking
in Kansas City.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, there's always going to be somebody trying to get a competitive advantage, not just football.
Right.
I mean, but New England has made that an institutional thing. When you see a pitcher with an emery board taped to the inside of his glove or Vaseline on his shoulder and he rubs it on the ball, that's not institutional. His coach, his pitching coach or the manager on the team isn't coming up to him and say, "Hey, you got the emery board ready for tonight?"
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in New England, Bill Belichick is getting together with his coaches, and I know there's a tad bit of speculation here, but it's not going way out on a limb to say that Bill Belichick coordinates the kind of cheating that the Patriots are doing. This isn't even like Mike Tomlin trying to trip a punt returner, which I think that's just spur of the moment thing. I as much as I don't like the Steelers as a team, I don't think they have an institutional thing of cheating. I think Mike Tomlin just saw an opportunity to maybe get a cheap shot in, and went for it. No big deal. I mean, he took his punishment like a man and moved on. He didn't take it to federal court.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes down to it, I think 4 games is perfect for it because, in the end, it was cheating. But also, to me, I think the pitcher comparison is the perfect comparison. It's just no different to me than a pitcher doctoring up a baseball. If, say, they caught a pitcher and he missed a start or two because of it, I wouldn't have a problem with that. So Brady missing a quarter of the year, I'm okay with that. And you have all these games, these players being suspended for the drug policy. They only get suspended 4 games. I think more importantly, the talk should be they should be suspended for longer if they violate the drug policy. Because 4 games, really, why would you stop?
And here's the difference. And I know a lot of people are making this argument between Brady and Le'Veon Bell because Le'Veon Bell got his suspension knocked down from 3 to 2 games. Or between Brady and Ray Rice or Brady and other players that weren't punished for a long time. Can't really use Adrian Peterson because he missed an entire season.
Right.
It's different. It really is different because it's on the field. It's the integrity of the game. And I know that phrase is overused, but when you have players cheating in a game, when you have a franchise, and the team was punished. The team didn't question their punishment, losing a first-round pick and what was it, $500,000 fine or $1 million or something like that, record fine. The team didn't even question it. When you have an entire franchise that's built around cheating, you got to come down hard. If this had been any other team, any other quarterback that was doctoring the balls like this, it would have been a $10,000 fine and don't do it again. But since it's the Patriots that have a history of cheating and have a history of getting caught cheating, they had to come down hard to send a message. And that's just the way it is. And Patriots fans, they really need to realize that they're defending the indefensible here. I mean, it's cheating. And if you want to say that players that get drug offenses or domestic violence offenses should have stiffer punishment, that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to them getting stiffer punishments too, but it's 2 completely different issues.
Right.
Okay, what do we have going on in sports?
We have Ryder baseball and NFL football.
Okay.
It's actually about the Tom Brady fiasco.
Okay. Well, we'll see you at 8:30. News Talk 1270 KIML.
The #1 talk show in Northeast Wyoming. Don Carpenter on News Talk 1270 KIML.